What's a funny memory you have that if you told someone, they'd think you're lying? I once checked in at a restaurant and gave the hostess my name to hold my slot. She then asked for my last name since the person below shared my first name. When I told her my last name, she looked at me like I was lying. The person below had my first and last name. She laughed and introduced us. And we took a pic. I've never met someone with my same first and last name since. This was a couple years ago, but I pulled up to a stoplight. And another vehicle in the next lane also comes to a stop. The car is filled with what looks like high school kids. The kid in the passenger seat notices me, taps on his window and starts doing the universal sign for rock, paper, scissors. I look at the light, which is still red, and immediately think fuck it and play along, so we start. 1. 2. 3. Shoot, and we tie. 1. 2. 3. Shoot. We tie again. This keeps happening. All the young kids in the other car are involved and are screaming like WOOOOOOAAH every time we tie. We literally got off like 15 rounds of rock, paper, scissors and tied every single time until the light turned green. I'm still high from that and hope all those guys are doing well. Started college. Saw my brother's best friend on campus. From a distance. Hard to miss. Nate's 6'6", skinny, long brown hair, fitting of our childish friendship. I straight up open field tackle the guy. From behind. Blindsided. It's not Nate. I apologize. And sheepishly run away. 3 hours later, a girlfriend from high school introduces her new boyfriend to a group of us. It's the guy the first tackled. Danny. Super nice. And forgiving. Guy. We've been friends for 15 years. I was in elementary school. During recess. Just kinda daydreaming and looking at some ravens flying overhead. When one of them suddenly took a nosedive. Right into an open trash can. So of course I rush over there to check it out. But the raven was just gone out of nowhere. I was not the only PNE who saw it though. Another kid came rushing over as well. And that's how I met my best friend for the next 4 years. I got stung by a platypus. Got stuck in a bank for the night. When the bank is closed, you can still get to the ATM thanks to a security door. Once inside, the door decided to stop working. No phone. No emergency button. Just waited here for hours till someone in the street saw me trough the glass and called someone. Before, my husband and I were married, but had been dating for a long while. I was watching Portlandia and bam, there's my husband on screen. Dumbfounded, I called him and he casually said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." I was walking on a biking trail when a woman rode past me on her bicycle. I yelled out, "Keep the pedal to the metal." Not 2 seconds later I hear an awful metallic noise and turn to see the poor woman's pedal mechanism had fallen apart. She told me, "You shouldn't have said that." I apologized profusely and asked if she needed any help. Naturally she didn't. Not from me anyway. I went to see Mitch Hedberg do stand-up. We stayed around a while hoping to see him leaving. He never materialized though. So my husband and I walked towards our car. As we were walking, we heard a woman yell from an ally, "Hey, Mitch Hedberg is back here signing autographs." We walked around the corner behind a scary old building. It was like 1 a.m. and pretty dark. There was Mitch Hedberg and no other fans. Just him and his wife, who had been the one to yell about autographs. He was very high and super lovey. He hugged my husband and me and told us what his fans mean to him. He took pictures of US for his scrapbook page online. He was also hilarious. We were just there behind a building at 1 a.m. with Mitch Hedberg and his wife laughing and hugging. Deep into the wee hours. When I tell people this they go silent and I'm not sure why. I figure they don't believe it. I was the brokest I have ever been, living in the middle of nowhere. I was pulling my last $20 out of a gas station ATM. I hit the button and it spit out $60. I was only charged $20 on my account. It sounds like such a tall tale, but I swear it happened. A friend once called the wrong number, got the wrong house, and had the right person pick up. So, I was at work, replacing a modem for my boss. I'd removed the modem and connected a telephone to test that it had dial tone. Soon after, the phone rang. It didn't make much sense. Because that phone line had only been used for outgoing calls from the computer. When I picked up, the person on the other line just said, "Hey man. You want to see a movie later?" Single quote. I recognized the voice. 2. It was a friend of mine. I was really confused for a second and said something like, "Josh, how did you get this number?" Single quote. He said he called my home phone number. He must have misdialed my number. And accidentally dialed the number for my boss's modem line. At work, he called the wrong number. Got the wrong house. And the right person picked up. On a phone that had only been connected for 2 minutes in the past 2 years. The odds must be astronomical. It's just a weird coincidence that I'll always remember.